Hey guys, this is Hank. Great Pyrenees, 2 years old, just a big lug, and we love him so much. He likes attention. He loves to be pet, and if you don't pay attention to him, he will definitely want to get your attention, whatever means necessary, walking through your legs. He doesn't jump on you, so that's a good thing. And Hazel over there is a 3-year-old Anatolian Shepherd / Pyrenees. Fantastic dog as well, and really has become the matriarch of this farm as far as livestock guardian dogs are concerned. So a little bit more on that in just a little bit.
So we came out here because in order to finish talking about Hank and Hazel, we had to get away from what is kind of like being in a room full of 22-year-olds. So we couldn't finish our conversation. So here we are.
So besides goats jumping on us, which is really, really cute, a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's
and
the best.
Dogs licking you and trying to vie for attention. So we wanted our attention to be on you.
So about these dogs, it's been amazing learning for us. And when we got them from a sheep farm in Fayetteville, really nice people, and they were just closing down their farm and were looking for a new home for their dogs. And so we really lucked out because they were a bonded pair. They had been working together. And like Brian said, Hazel is 3 years old, and then Hank apparently came along a year later and as a puppy, and then Hazel trained Hank, and that is ideally how the livestock guardian dogs work. It's an older training the younger, and isn't that true for so many things?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's super cool.
And through all the videos and the things that we've read about these, it's really a learning experience. You can read all you want, and you can watch all the videos that you want on how to raise this, how to build that, how to do this. But I want to tell you, until you get some hands-on experience, it is just a complete game changer.
Yeah.
When you're bringing in dogs, especially that don't know you, they weren't bonded to you. They had their own herd, they had their own job, they had their own family and their pack, which was really interesting. But bringing them home, we've had them for I think 8 weeks now.
It's gone by fast.
So,
yeah.
And now they're part of the family, and we're still learning each other. We're
That's
still
for
growing
sure.
and still bonding, and it's a fantastic journey.
Yeah, and with the bonding, it was interesting because we read and were told many times that they're working dogs and don't form this huge attachment to each other because you need to keep that employer-employee relationship or something, and that doesn't work for us because we love animals so much, but B, it didn't. What worked for us was just continuing this really cool bond, and a way that we bonded with them so much was brushing them every single day, because man, they're fluffy. And they're so prone to mats, and there's stickers in the barnyard and things like that, so we work on them every day, and then just that touch, and they're so lovely and affectionate, and that's been a neat thing for us to learn. And the other thing, I've been asked by some friends that who know how we are with animals, and especially our other puppies, that have always been with us, Bella, and then of course Dakota, our pitty, and what's it like to have dogs? Isn't it weird to have dogs that are totally outside and then have inside dogs? And so they haven't really met. I think Dakota and the livestock dogs saw each other from a distance, and they woofed at each other a little bit. But we are keeping them separate because our livestock dogs, they're serious. They are working dogs, and they're lovable, and they love us and we love them. But they do not apparently take kindly to other dogs, and we want everyone to stay safe. And so Dakota has a big yard, and she's fine. And the livestock dogs have their whole world, and they're fine. So when we watch them, they have their barn, and it doesn't seem like they would be literally caged animals coming into the house. That is just not what they love.
No.
And
They'd be out of their element.
Completely. And, absolutely, if they're ever injured or sick, they're inside. But they just want to be out. And that was an adjustment for us. But it's been good. It's been good.
It's fantastic. And watching them interact with the goats. So our goats are not always just quiet and docile and just laying down taking a nap. Oh no, they're playing and jumping up and down, and you just watch these dogs go.
The dogs are babysitters.
And the dogs just watch them. And the dogs, it doesn't rile the dogs up. If the goats want to go out, 400 yards in the pasture, then the dogs follow them and they just keep track of them.
It's cool.
It's so amazing to watch.
And how they position themselves too. Yeah. That Hank will face one direction, and then Hazel, especially in the evening, she faces out into the pasture to see what else might be coming along. And there are a lot of times we hear them barking a lot, and it's so dark out here. There's very few lights outside except for over the shop, and so we know something is out here and they're taking care of it, and it's just so nice. It's just it's like they're taking care of it. They're keeping the bad guys away and the bad four-legged guys away, and it's just awesome.
So and just gonna finish that note on how they position themselves. So if you'll watch, one of our dogs will look one direction and have their area that they're watching, and the other dog, I have noticed, will watch the opposite direction. So they each have each other's back, and they have this whole panoramic view of the whole pen. So the goats are safe, they're safe, and they know what's coming in. And that's all done by instinct. I mean, God put that into these dogs, and it's fun watching them work in their natural element, what they're truly made for, or truly gifted at. Again, brings us back to a whole different principles that we'll talk about later, but I love that stuff, and just learning it's just been fantastic.
It is. And speaking of instincts, I mean, they're so positive and fun and neat, but we learned even yesterday that they are so protective of their turf. They have these lines, these invisible lines that do not cross that line, and we learned that a chicken crossing that line, it doesn't go well. And,
no, it doesn't.
And it was one of our chickens, and she's fine. It was horrible. It was horrific. And Hazel went after her, and feathers, and Brian did this superhuman leap over the fence and saved a chicken. Yeah, but it was. Boy, we learned, because when we had the chickens on one side of the fence and the dogs on the other, everyone was fine.
Calm.
We thought, oh, this is pastoral and beautiful and a cool Facebook moment. And we didn't post that because it was awful. And so now we have to rethink how we're going to free range our chickens, because we don't want anyone getting hurt here. And it was a horrible experience. She's fine. She's recuperating, but never again.
And the dogs are fine. And
they
and the
are.
dogs, and then one side, we saved the chicken. The dogs, kind of knew that something was different about this one. We were not applauded by keeping something out of the pen. So it's all about boundaries and fencing. I want just in this time we've been here, just securing the fence and developing fence lines, and now we know that, we probably need to develop a few more fence lines and gate systems, and it's always a learning curve. But those dogs, they will test your fence too. So put up a fence. Don't call it perfect until you have a goat or a dog test it for you, because you're gonna be running around a pasture chasing goats and dogs, and I've done it twice, and
just know that they're smarter than we are.
Yeah, so they will test your fence.
So anyway, thanks guys. This was fun. We will always talk about our dogs and our animals, because it's just cool, and we love it. And subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. We'll put more, just a day in the life of of farm out in Oklahoma. It's good stuff. So,
Absolutely. And our heartbeat is to always teach and to encourage and
yes,
inspire, because
absolutely.
you know, you might be out there and you're in a neighborhood like we were a few months ago, and you want to move to a farm, and you need to get dogs, or you want to get chickens, or you want to get goats, or you want to get, you know, sheep or llamas or whatever.
And we're not experts by any means on anything, but we are so excited to teach what we have learned,
and share,
and what we maybe what not to do.
Yeah,
so.
And what to do. So
yeah.
what works for us and what might not work for other people, but it works for us.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, just like Shannon said.
Yeah.
Make a comment. Love to hear back from you, and have a blessed day.